Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Welcome to day 8 of the What's on Tap Advent Christmas Spectacular Tropical Bonanza.
On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me many beers.
Mini beers. Or at least
I haven't sung it once.
Well,
you thought we would get through 1 year of...
Well, I was hoping we wouldn't get through it. It's like one of the things we look forward to.
You've been so...
Is musical accompaniment.
Exactly.
Well, what are we doing today? We're gonna draw a beer. Do you want to do the drawing, or want me to do the drawing?
I don't know. Can I trust you to do a good drawing? I need a good beer.
I can make no promises here.
Okay, you pull.
All right, me pull. Okay, I'll take this one. So I got one of your beers.
This is true.
And it
same
festive wrapping paper. It says Christmas. It's a Moersleutel 12% stout. Wow. Cinnamon bakery vanilla. It's called Cinnamon Bun Plasterer. It's the part of the heavy duty series. It's 12% pastry stout.
So cinnamon buns aren't really Christmassy. I wanted to go a Christmassy pastry stout.
Well, and thank God you didn't get some sort of saffron bun bullshit.
This was the closest I could get to some kind of sweet treat Christmassy. Let's pretend that cinnamon buns are Swedish Christmas tradition.
Well, I like that this is not just a cinnamon bun. It is a raisin and cinnamon bun.
Raisins are Christmassy?
So the Heavy Duties Adjunct Dark Beer Series, the raisins and cinnamon are steamed for 12 hours to intensify flavor. No cinnamon buns were harmed in the making of this stout.
This is actually a Systembolaget release.
This is really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And as I wrapped it, I was going, man, Stefan's gonna buy this.
No, actually,
I made a huge mistake.
Actually, I quit buying Moersleutel beers because they just became really one note after a while, and so I was doing the what's it called, the collector, the box count, the guild thing, where you would get special beers from Moersleutel, and then what happened was it started out like most of them are pretty good. Then it kind of became like half of them are pretty good. And then it became like their thing that they were really the best of, which was their stouts, were starting to become a little
fewer.
Well, they weren't. No, there's still a lot of them, but they just weren't the same quality as when they first started. So I don't know what they shifted, if they maybe did a new brewery place or they scaled up and they lost a little bit of quality or whatnot. So I canceled the guild box and I've kind of backed away from what they were offering. But I'm always willing to try.
Yeah,
revisit a brewery. So
especially when it's wrapped in Christmas paper.
Exactly, as part of a calendar, it's the perfect time to have a one-off beer experience. Oh wow, there's a lot going on there. All right, what do you think? What's the initial smell tell you?
Doesn't smell that much like cinnamon, to be honest.
All right, you think it's an issue of it's just too cold, or it needs to
maybe too cold,
open up a little bit? Yeah, it's got a weird nose on it. It doesn't strike me as cinnamon or. Okay,
so now it smells like Christmas, but that's just because I'm thinking about Christmas. Yeah. I think I'm fooling myself.
Could be. To me, it smells kind of metallic on the nose. I don't get cinnamon or raisins or
a little bit boozy. Let's try it.
Or boozy. But I will say one thing I like about Moersleutel is the.
I'm never gonna get to try it.
Just 1 second. Is the carbonation is really good, and it's a nice, rich kind of thickness to it, and a nice foamy head on top.
You're right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. That's pretty drinkable.
Definitely has this sweet bread. Pastry kind of flavor. That's actually better than I expected from the nose that didn't say anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think as this gets heat in the air, I think the nose will improve as well.
Yeah, probably. It's pretty sweet. It's a nice viscosity, so it's got a nice rich fullness to it. Mm-hmm. It's a bit. I don't really get cinnamon and I don't really get raisins on this. And for a cinnamon bun pastry stout, I would thought it would almost be kind of like there's so much cinnamon, it's become perfumey.
Yeah.
But it's actually the opposite, where I'm kind of like, are you sure they just hold the cinnamon close to the stout and they showed it the cinnamon buns?
Exactly.
Because it's really missing that kind of those flavors. And I would have thought like it's got sugar, vanilla, cinnamon, tonka coffee, raisins in it, and I would say they definitely got the sugar and the tonka coffee.
I'm not really getting the tonka. I'm not getting the coffee, but I was going to say milk chocolate. Maybe that's what I'm getting.
That's definitely the sugar and the vanilla probably combined with the hard roasting of the malts. For me, as a stout, this is pretty much what Moersleutel does. It's not really. I still feel like they maybe skipped a beat, but then when it comes to like adjuncts, which they used to think be really good at, again, I don't get cinnamon. I don't really get vanilla. I definitely don't get any kind of raisins or coffee on this. So in that way, it's kind of a letdown for me.
Yeah, it feels like a base beer before you add any adjuncts to it.
Exactly.
And it's not that old. It's not an age thing. Or at least it's not that long ago since it was released.
Well, it has a 2026 Best By date, so I assume that it came out just a few months ago.
That's in the future.
Yeah, it just says probably August 1st of this year.
Yeah, likely.
So it should still be pretty straightforward, or pretty flavor forward.
Once again, we get to the difficult question: do we rate according to flavor, or to style, or to beer label promises?
I gotta go beer label promises, especially when you're selling me on a concept.
And it's gonna get a lower rating from you.
It is definitely gonna get a lower rating for me. As a base beer, it's probably like a 3.25.
That low as a base beer. You've had better. You've given 4.25 to stouts that tasted less like than this.
They were better beers.
They promised other
But
things.
I think because I like the richness of the mouthfeel, and there is some nice chocolatey notes in there, I'm going to end up on a 3.5 for this one.
That's not too bad.
No.
I'm going to disregard the lack of cinnamon. It's a 4. It's easily a 4.
It's easily a 4. I'd say you're stretching for a 4. It is not easily a 4.
It tastes like a milk chocolatey, semi-roasted sweet stout. Which
is exactly what you expect from a, let me check notes here, cinnamon bun plasterer.
Yeah, but like I said, I
made with cinnamon, bakery, vanilla.
I disregarded the label. I'm blind tasting.
Yeah. I'm going to say this could be if we did a Russian imperial stout, I probably would have given it a higher grade. I'd probably give it like a 3.5, maybe even. Yeah. Actually, 3.75.
Yeah, I certainly would.
But
no, but it could.
What?
The flavors are pretty good.
Sure.
As a base, non-adjuncted thing.
Was there something like you need to agitate this before you open it, but it doesn't say anything like roll this first?
Oh, you mean everything is in the bottom?
Yeah, it doesn't say that.
Let's twirl it.
I can't imagine what kind of settling there would be in the bottom of the can that would make a difference. Yeah.
Okay, there's a little bit more cinnamon.
Oh, is it? She's just gonna throw me off at this point. No, it smells the same. There's no difference here. All right. Well, 3.5
and a 4.
Strong 4.
Not a strong 4. Like a. This is how Yeti tastes.
Yeah.
Great by Yeti. That's a 4.
It also doesn't promise cinnamon buns and raisins.
This is true. It does not.
That's why it could be a 4. Okay. Well, you can find us online at What's on Tap Podcast, Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you find podcasts, you'll find us. So until next time,
keep drinking it, dum-dums.